Objective Analysis One Piece Edition. Let's get it. Welcome back to the channel. This is RT Anime, and we are back with another objective analysis of the last member of the Big Three in One Piece. Big fan of One Piece, completely caught up, and we are going to be discussing manga spoilers, so be in tune for that, of course, and talking about the juggernaut that is this series and how great objectively it is. As you guys should know at this point, if you've been following the channel, that we have different categories when it comes down to assessing said series. They are characters, plot, world building, themes, and art/animation. So let's dive right into it. First things first, I like to start with art/animation. It makes things quick, sweet, and to the point. Now, when it comes down to the art of One Piece, it is absolutely stellar. It is an art that is nothing too complicated, and sometimes it has a very cartoon-esque style to it, but then other times it has a very serious style that makes you invested into this character's emotions and the action that's going on screen. I've heard the story of people not being for Oda's art when it comes down to it, but there is an appeal to it, which is why it has so many dedicated fans in the first place, so the art gets a 9 out of 10. Next is the plot of One Piece. Now, the plot is the originator and one of the most popular shonen formula based plots you will see, as said main character wants to become the Pirate King, and his journey follows everything that plays into him becoming the Pirate King, learning the secrets of the world, and etc, etc, etc. For the most part, the fact that the plot has been extended to over 1,000 chapters is just credit to how big and how fluid the plot has been, especially considering Oda as a writer has included elements from the story from the beginning, middle, and end that plays into it very nicely and flows very well. There's a reason why people understand and deep dive the lore and the different parts of the story, because for the most part, Oda never really has big writing issues when it comes down to how he built everything up. It also has one of the most anticipated endings of all time with the reveal of the One Piece. When that eventually gets revealed, that will be the biggest moment in manga and anime history. Whether it's good or bad, that moment will be monumental in the entire shonen, manga, and anime space, period. That is definitely how you build up your series, as you have characters with their own goals, different factions playing into the series, and you really never know how everything's going to end other than Luffy potentially becoming the Pirate King. So for the most part, One Piece has an amazing, huge, and well-written story, so it gets a 9 out of 10. Next is the characters of One Piece, and damn, talk about a huge cast when it comes down to it. One Piece cast of characters is one of the most fun and diverse cast of characters you'll see. Obviously, we have our main cast being the Straw Hats, Luffy leading the helm, and being one of the most popular and loved main characters there is, despite him as an individual not being too complex, but being complex enough to where he still stays interesting. Obviously, the Straw Hats has a character that any and everybody can fall in love with, such as Zoro, Sanji, Robin, Nami, Frankie, Brook, it goes on and on. And then the side characters, of course, are also stellar and arguably sometimes better than the main cast, of course, with people like Trafalgar D. Law, Sabo, Ace, Whitebeard, and much more. One Piece has done a great job from fleshing out their characters, from their backstories to their personalities, into even how these side characters play into the main characters and how they become who they become moving forward. Sometimes we're even more hyped to learn more about a side character such as Dracula, Mihawk, or Shanks than the main cast themselves. That just tells you how no matter what Oda puts on screen, no matter what character he puts on screen, it has an intrigue level that keeps us captivated through and through, which is one of the big reasons why One Piece is loved by so many. There are so many great characters and of course great villains as well, like Doflamingo, like Kaido, Arlong, Rob Lucci. Again, it goes on and on. I didn't even mention Katakuri, which is someone that a lot of people love. The villains, just like the side characters, just like the main cast, are flushed out as we see their backstories, their personality, and their goals, and how it combats our main cast, of course. The biggest villain in the series being Blackbeard at this point, and Akainu if we're talking about the military, and how they are vastly different from our main character Luffy. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays apart, because it's like they're their own main characters of their own story, as they have their own journey going about it a very different way. Though when it comes down to it, Ono has done an amazing job in fleshing out any and all characters for the most part, and there's still more to see, so the One Piece characters get a 9 out of 10. Next is the themes of One Piece. I am switching up the order a little bit, and One Piece themes have been pretty interesting for the most part, with the idea of freedom being a huge part. Morality doesn't play a big part when it comes down to One Piece, as everybody has different perspectives. The pirates can be good or bad, the military can be good or bad, even the rebels and the rebellion army can be good or bad. It's really based on perspective at the end of the day, but one key factor when it comes to a lot of these individuals is the aspect of freedom, and how a lot of the pirates, and especially Luffy, wants to achieve freedom, and of course the military and some other groups wanting to take people's freedom away. It is something that a lot of people across the world could connect to. As for Americans, it is something that still would inspire us as well, especially in the West, as we do have, for the most part, the idea of freedom across our country. And that seems to be One Piece's biggest theme, as Luffy has preached this constantly throughout the series, and eventually achieving the One Piece, becoming the Pirate King, would mean that he becomes the freest person on the world. So it's something that is admirable, and something that a lot of us can connect to in our heart of hearts. And last but not least, as we wrap up this video, let's talk about world building. I think there's not a lot I need to say. One Piece is the king of world building, building up its history, building up the geography, the power system, the lore behind every and anything that we learn in the series. One Piece has mastered the art of building the series and making it a place that we want to know more about. The history about the Void Century, the reveal and history about the One Piece, and Roger's backstory, and Rocks D. Zebek, the poneglyphs, devil fruits, Haki. There's so much lore, history, so much we need to learn as the characters explore the entire world to eventually achieve the final location to find the One Piece and become King of the Pirates, of course. I mean, there's really not much I need to say. One Piece has mastered this art. It is a 10 out of 10 when it comes down to its world building. So with that said, those are all our ratings for today's video. Let's wrap it all up and come down to a final consolidated rating. So drum roll please. One Piece is a 9 out of 10. Almost perfect, but not there yet, and tied for the highest rating on this channel so far, deservingly so. It is a juggernaut, one of the greatest shonen of all time, one of the greatest manga of all time, and series of all time in general, and it deserves that respect. One Piece has really set itself apart from other series, and sure, current series with the popularity of anime and manga growing has been catching up to One Piece in terms of the yearly manga sales. But if we're talking about its overall impact, its overall clout, its overall statistics and numbers, nobody in the shonen space and probably any manga is competing with One Piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know the next series you want me to do in the comment section below. Take care and peace.